नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते राधानाथ स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पश्चात्य देशतारिणे। ओम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुश्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजन सहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान् सहगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसूते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। ईश्वरा परम कृष्णा सच्चिदानंद विग्रह अनादिरादिर गोविंदा सर्व कारण कारणम। हरे कृष्ण। By Lord Sri Krishna's causeless mercy, we are nicely studying Bhagavad Gita every day. By Krishna's mercy, we have successfully finished 20 slokas in the 10th chapter, the opulence of the Absolute. So Krishna's mercy, it is purely Krishna's mercy we are able to study Bhagavad Gita, because in this material world, Bhagavad Gita is the only guide available to us to liberate ourselves from this material world. The only guide, that is only Bhagavad Gita. Just by understanding all these verses, all these slokas in Bhagavad Gita, we will be able to achieve the goal of our life. That is to go to Krishna, to go to Goloka. So, we are not the body, we are the soul. Krishna is very scientifically explaining to us in this Bhagavad Gita. When we study, understand all these slokas without any doubt, we will know that we are the soul, we are not this body. There won't be any doubt at all. There is no need to doubt at all, because everything is science. Like the way we understand our modern science, if anyone, any scientist, if you ask, does he have any doubt on the existence of electrons or atoms? No one will say that I doubt that electrons are there. Because we are applying all this knowledge. So similarly, even though no one has seen this virus, coronavirus, it's also very small. And no one has seen means with ordinary eyes, you are not able to see them. And still, we cannot say that just because I don't see any virus, I don't see it spreading, I don't see myself with my eyes, so I don't believe, like that. If we say, then that is stupid. Similarly, with our senses, we cannot see our soul. So with our senses, we cannot even see the materials, even we cannot see the matter. That is atoms or molecules. The atoms, electrons, all those things are matter. We cannot see even the matter with our soul, with our senses, with our eyes. Then how can we see the soul, which is sukshma, which is subtle, which is beyond the senses, which is achintya, which is inconceivable? So there is no way we can see or we can perceive the senses with our five senses. We can see the soul with our five senses. So just believing in this Bhagavad Gita, understanding Bhagavad Gita, we will know without any doubt that we are the soul. So once we realize that fact, once we understand that fact, we are the soul, then the entire Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is teaching us to free ourselves from all bondages, all problems, to solve all our problems. Krishna is giving the solution in Bhagavad Gita. So basically, Bhagavad Gita is the solution manual. A lot of textbooks, they also give solution manuals. So all our questions are answered here. Arjuna has asked all the questions for ourselves, for us. So we just have to understand, if we study any subject, we are not creating the question. The questions are actually, at the end of the chapters, the questions are given and we need to solve those questions, solve those problems. So here, solution manual is clearly given in this Bhagavad Gita. So Bhagavad Gita is the textbook. Bhagavad Gita is also the solution manual which solves all our problems. So Bhagavad Gita is the textbook to give us knowledge about ourselves, to know that we are not the body, we are the soul, and to realize, to understand that we are struggling and suffering in this material world. And similarly, Bhagavad Gita is also the solution manual which answers all our questions, because Arjuna is asking excellent questions in Bhagavad Gita. Very, very nice questions. Like in the 3rd chapter we studied recently in our Sunday morning class, Arjuna is asking the question that Atakena prayuktoyam papam charati purushagam anichanapi varsneya baladiva niyojitagam. It's a very important question. By what one is simple to sinful acts, unwillingly as if engaged by force? It's a very important question. And Krishna is answering this question very, very nicely, very clearly. It's only due to Kama and Krodha. So we need to get rid of Kama and Krodha. So in order to get rid of this lust and anger, there is the desire to enjoy, desire to gratify the sense objects and anger. We need to develop love towards Krishna. We need to develop prema towards Krishna. So that's why Krishna is saying that Yevam buddhe param buddhva samstabhyatmanam atmanaga jahi satru mahabaho kamarupam durasadam. Yevam buddhe param buddhva samstabhyatmanam atmanaga. So by knowing this, by understanding this, that this Kama and Krodha, so they are sitting on our senses, mind and intelligence. Indriyani mano buddhi asyadhistanam uchyate etaihi vimohayati esa jnanam avritya dehinam. So by knowing this very well, so Krishna is saying that Yevam buddhva param buddhva, Yevam buddhe param buddhva jahi satru mahabaho kamarupam durasadam. So which is very difficult, which is unsatiable. This lust, kama rupa, durasadam. So you win, you conquer. That same thing Krishna is asking us to do in the 6th chapter also. That is the mind. The mind can be also our enemy. So the mind, of course, we have to make a mind as our friend. We cannot just get rid of our mind. But we can get rid of this Kama and Krodha. So that is possible only if we can make our mind as our best friend, then only we can get rid of Kama and Krodha. Kama yesa, Krodha yesa, Rajoguna samudbhavaga, Mahasana Mahapapma, Vidyenamiga Vairinam. So this Kama and Krodha, they are from Rajoguna, they are formed from Rajoguna, and it is our eternal enemy. So in order to get rid of Kama and Krodha, so we need to control our mind. We should not keep our mind as our enemy. Because Uddaret Atman Atmanam Natmanam Avasadiyat. One should elevate oneself with the help of mind, not to degrade himself. So Uddaret, because Atmaivahi Atmano Bandhu, Atmaiva Ripuratmanagam. The mind is the friend as well as enemy. Bandhuratmat Atmanastasya Yenatmaiva Atmanajitagam. For one who has conquered the mind is the best friend. But for one who has failed to do so, the mind will remain the worst enemy. So, by studying Bhagavad Gita, understanding Bhagavad Gita fully, knowing that we are the soul, we are not the body, and understanding, realizing very well that Lord Sri Krishna is the super soul and he is the supreme personality of Godhead, he is the Purushottama, and then developing love towards Krishna and connecting with Krishna with our mind. So focusing our mind on Krishna. So that way, if we keep our mind very stable and only focused on Krishna, like a lamp in a windless place doesn't waver. So similarly, our mind should be focused on Krishna in such a way that it should not waver at all. Yatha dipo nivatasto nengate sopama smritam yogino yata chittasya yunjato yogam atmana. So our mind should be like a lamp in a windless place. So that should be the ultimate goal of our life. We need to make that happen within this life itself. We need to aim. We need to. That should be our goal. If you don't achieve that status, if we are not able to control our mind, so then our mind will be all the time agitated. Our mind will be restless all the time. So that means we cannot get rid of this enemies like Kama and Krodha. So because it is sitting on the mind only. Indriyani manobuddhigi. Indriyani manobuddhigi asyatisthanam uchyade. So it is sitting like a virus enters into our cell. So it gets into our cell, it is sitting. So like that, this Kama and Krodha is sitting on our mind, senses and intelligence. So first we need to get rid of this Kama and Krodha from our mind. Then automatically senses and intelligence will be purified. Because its entry point is through our mind. This Kama and Krodha is entering into our body because we have a subtle body. So we have a grass body. In the grass body, this virus is entering. It's entering through openings, through nose or through mouth. So through the openings, it enters the virus. Then it gets into our body. So like that, this Kama and Krodha, it's entering into our mind. So once it gets firmly established in our mind, so then it infects the senses, intelligence, everything. So that way, once we control our mind, once we purify our mind, then we will be able to purify our senses also. Then we will gain intelligence also. So all those things can come only when we are able to connect with Krishna. When we study this Bhagavad Gita and connect with Krishna, chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra and Satatam Kirtayanto Mam Yadantascha Dratavrata Namasyantascha Mam Bhaktya Nityayukta Upasate. So all the time chanting the glories of Sri Krishna, Satatam Kirtayanto Mam Yadantascha Dratavrata Namasyantascha Mam Bhaktya. So one who should endeavor with great determination, Dratavrataha, all the time worship Krishna, Namasyantascha Mam Bhaktya, Nityayukta Upasate. So that way, if we spend all our time, energy, and efforts, and everything only with Krishna, only for the satisfaction of Krishna, for pleasing Krishna, then there is no room for this Kama and Krodha, this lust and anger to enter into our mind. Because our mind will be completely protected. So that vaccine, it is vaccinated. So that vaccine is this Hare Krishna Mahamantra with the Bhagavad Gita. With the Bhagavad Gita knowledge, so we are able to help ourselves from this Nitya Vairi. Nitya Vairina means our eternal enemy. Avritam jnanam etena Jnanino Nitya Vairinam Kama Rupena Kaunteya Duspurena Analena Cha. It burns like fire. Duspurena Analena Cha. So it's a very, very highly scientific process. This knowing about ourself, that we are not the body, we are the soul, and connecting with Krishna with the help of our mind by chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, and then controlling our mind by fixing our mind on Krishna. So that way we are not letting this Kama and Krodha to infect us. So this is a very highly scientific process. So that way we need to study this Bhagavad Gita only. All the starting point is this studying Bhagavad Gita, understanding Bhagavad Gita. If we are successful in this effort, then everything else will follow. Just this one thing alone will solve all our problems. That is getting the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, understanding Bhagavad Gita fully. We should know all the chapters, all the subject what Krishna is teaching us, and all the questions asked by Arjuna and answers given by Krishna. And that way, if this knowledge is with us, this Bhagavad Gita knowledge is with us. So as many times I have quoted from Bhagavad Gita slokas that this is the fire of knowledge, this is the lamp of knowledge, this is the weapon of knowledge, this is the eyes of knowledge, and this is the boat of knowledge. So Jnana, Jnanagni, Jnana Deepam, Jnana Chakshusaga, Jnana Asinaga, Jnana Plavenaiva. So that way, with this knowledge, we will be able to purify ourselves. Then we will become eligible to go to Krishna as well. Then we don't have to come back again to this material world when we leave this world. When we die, then we will not come back again, because we will go to Krishna as well. That's what Krishna is also many times Krishna is emphasizing. Krishna is asserting many times in Bhagavad Gita that once we go to Krishna's world, we will not come back to this material world at all. So Bhagavad Gita, studying Bhagavad Gita is very important in our life and for everyone's life. And we should be, and the best way to study and understand Bhagavad Gita is actually just preaching this Bhagavad Gita, spreading Krishna's message. Preaching Bhagavad Gita means spreading Krishna's message. So just by spreading this knowledge, by making many devotees everywhere, so then by Krishna's mercy, we will be all the time engaged in Krishna consciousness. Basically, by studying this Bhagavad Gita all the time, then we will be engaged in Krishna consciousness all the time by spreading Bhagavad Gita, by doing all this service to Krishna. Because Maya is very strong and very powerful. Maya, it's very difficult. Krishna also has used the word Maya Durasana, Duratteya. Mama Maya Duratteya. So, this Kama and Krodha also is Durasadam. This Maya is Duratteya. So, that way, it's very difficult for us to get rid of this Kama and Krodha because they are very strong and very powerful. And it is very difficult for us to free ourselves from the Maya, the three modes of material nature, because that's also very difficult. But it is very easy. It is very easy to remember Krishna. It's very easy to attain Krishna. See, these things Krishna is saying that Durasadam, Duratteya, all those things Krishna is saying that. But Krishna is saying that Sulabham. Sulabham means it's easy. So Durasadam, Duratteya means it's difficult. It is difficult to get free ourselves from Maya. It's difficult to free ourselves from the three modes of material nature, Maya, and from this Kama and Krodha. But it's very easy to get Krishna. So that means if we follow that easy process to reach Krishna, then by Krishna's mercy, it will be very, very easy to get rid of the three modes of material nature, get freedom from the modes of nature, get freedom from kama and krodha, all such things. Because kama and krodha is just from the rajoguna only. Rajoguna samudbhavaga. So rajoguna samudbhavaga means kama yesa krodha yesa rajoguna samudbhavaga. It is formed, it's produced from the rajoguna only. So if we get freedom from the three modes of material nature, so then we are freed from the kama and krodha. So that way, even though it is very difficult, it's very difficult to get out of the Maya, but it's very easy to get Krishna. So that means it is very difficult only if we don't get Krishna. If we get Krishna very easily, Ananya Chetaga Satatam Yomam Smarati Nityasaga Tasyakam Sulabhaga Partha Nitya Yuktasya Yogina. Those without any deviation, Ananya Chetaga Satatam, who are always remembering me. Ananya Chetaga Satatam Yomam Smarati Nityasaga. For them, I am very easy to obtain. Tasyagam Sulabhaga Partha Nitya Yuktasya Yogina. So, this Bhagavad Gita knowledge also, it's very easy to get it. Very easy to understand Bhagavad Gita. Simply just having faith on this Bhagavad Gita alone is enough to completely understand Bhagavad Gita. Shraddhavan labate jnanam. So just having faith on this Bhagavad Gita, just having faith on Krishna, we will get the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. Shraddhavan labate jnanam tatparaga samyate indriya. Then we will be able to control our senses. We will be able to control our mind. We will be able to get Krishna. So because with the help of this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, tatparaga samyate indriya means, so they are able to control the senses with the help of this Bhagavad Gita knowledge. So that means with the help of this Bhagavad Gita knowledge, we will be able to focus our mind on Krishna and we will be able to control our mind. And when our mind is controlled, we will be able to control our senses. And when our mind and senses are controlled, then we will get the supreme peace of mind. Jnanam labdva param samtim nachirena adhigacchati. So that way, it will become extremely easy for us to go to Krishna. Once we go to Krishna, once we surrender unto Krishna, mam yeva ye prabhatyante mayam yetam tarantite. So the Devigi yesa gunamayi mama maya duratyaya, the maya, the three modes of material nature are divine in nature and very difficult to overcome. But anyone who just surrenders unto me can easily free themselves from this maya. So just by serving Krishna, bhakti yogena sevate sagunan samati teta, we will be able to free from all the gunas just by serving Krishna with love and devotion. So what we need is only love towards Krishna, bhakti, devotion. So that if we get it, if we have it, if we have full faith on Krishna, if we remember Krishna, if we focus all our energy, efforts, everything only in serving Krishna, so then by Krishna's mercy, we are going to get Krishna's mercy. So Tasyagam Sulabhaga Partha means one can easily attain me. That means we can easily attain Krishna's mercy. So prasadam adhigacchati. So when we get that prasadam, so when we get Krishna's mercy, then we can solve all the problems. Then we can easily go to Krishna's will. So that way, it's a very, very scientific process, this Bhagavad Gita knowledge we need to understand. And not everybody will be interested in this. Only 1 in 1,000 only will put endeavors, will put efforts to realize ourselves, to realize that we are not the body, we are the soul, and go to Krishna. Only 1 in 1,000 only will put effort. Not everybody is interested. So we have got that opportunity. Krishna's mercy, we are that 1 in 1,000. And so many other things will come in our life. may look like they are very important, but nothing is important than studying Bhagavad Gita. So this time in our everyday, this time what we are studying Bhagavad Gita, nothing else is important for us. Only studying Bhagavad Gita only is important for us. Because the more and more knowledge we get, the more and more knowledge we gain in Bhagavad Gita, so then we will get ourselves more and more closer to Krishna. Because we are listening from Krishna when we study Bhagavad Gita. These slokas, when we are studying, we are actually directly listening from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. In the 10th chapter now, Krishna is explaining, giving the details about himself. Because Arjuna asked Krishna, you please tell me more about yourself. I want to know. Katham vidya aham yogim stvam sada parichintaya. Keshu keshu cha bhavesu chintosi bhagavan maya. So, in what various forms I can always think about you. So, sada parichintan, keshu keshu cha bhavesu. So, what various forms I can think about you. Because your opulence is unlimited. Vistarena atmano yogam vibhudim cha janardana. But, bhuyaga kathaya triptrigi shrunvato nasti meyamat. So, you tell me all your opulences in detail, because there is nothing else is nectar for me other than hearing about you. So when Arjuna said like this to Krishna, asked Krishna to explain this opulence even more, then Krishna immediately told Arjuna, yes, Arjuna, I will tell you, but I will tell you the most prominent ones, because my opulence is unlimited. Hantate pravachyami divyahi atma vibhudayagam pradhanyataga kurusresta nastyanto vistarasyami. Because there is no end to my opulence. So that's what in the 19th sloka we studied in the 10th chapter. Then in the sloka number 20, Krishna started telling about his opulences. That is, Krishna said that, Aham Atma Sri Bhagavan Vacha, Aham Atma Guda Kesa Sarva Bhuta Sayastitaka, Aham Adischa Madhyam Cha Bhutanam Anta Evacha. Aham Atma. I am the super soul seated in everyone's heart. Sarva Bhuta Saya Sitaka. Sarva Bhuta Asayaga Sitaka. So I am seated. Aham Adischa Madhyam Cha Bhutanam Antarevacha. I am the beginning, middle, and end of all living entities. Now in the next sloka, in the sloka number 21, Krishna is continuing that Adityanam Aham Vishnu Jyotisham Raviram Suman Marichi Maruttamasmi Nakshatranam Aham Sasi. Adityanam Aham Vishnu. Of all the Adityas, I am Vishnu. So totally there are 12 Adityas. So even Krishna said in the 4th chapter, the very first sloka, Imam Vivasvate Yogam Proktavan Aham Avyayam. Vivasvan. So he is also a sun god. He is also one of the Adityas. So there are 12 Adityas. In that, Krishna is saying that I am Vishnu. So Vishnu, there is the Bhagavan Vishnu. So he is one of the 12 Adityas. Basically in the Sun dynasty, that's what Vivasvan, Manave, Praga, Manu, Ikshvakveya, Pravin, all such things comes. So that's what Krishna said in the 4th chapter. So here Krishna is saying that of all the Adityas, I am Vishnu. Adityanam Aham Vishnu. We are going to study. I am everything. Krishna is going to say everything I am. Even Pandavanam Aham Arjuna. Krishna is saying that of all the Pandavas, I am Arjuna. Because that means literally we need to understand that even in this material world, we see somebody is really, really great at something. That is not, we normally give immediately credit to that person. We start glorifying that person. We start become fans of those people and big and famous heroes or leaders and all sorts of things. It's no point in becoming fans of anyone. We should become fan of Krishna. That is the main thing. Because anything, all the energy, all the talents, skills, whatever we have, we need to understand that it is coming from Krishna. That's a very important thing we need to know. Everything is Aham Sarvasya Prabho Mattagas Sarvam Pravate. So Jyotisham Ravir Amsuman. So of all the luminaries, I am the I am the Ravi. Ravi means the sun. So Krishna is the sun. I am the sun. Ravir Amsuma. So Krishna is the sun. And Krishna is saying that Marichir Marutam Asmi. So there are 15 Marutas are there, the wind. Varieties of 15 different types of winds are there. So in that, Marichi. So I am the chief of them. That is Marichi, Maruta, Maruts, basically Marut. So Krishna is saying that Marutam, Marichi. So Marichir, Marutam, Asmi. So I am Marichi. That's what Krishna is saying. So everything I am. Krishna is saying that only Krishna can say I am, aham, asmi, aham. Because that is true. Can we say anything here in this material world? I am this, I am that. Whatever we say, it is wrong, completely wrong, except only one thing we can say. That is absolutely, that should be correct when we say that. That is, I am aham bhakta. That's what we should say. We should say that aham bhakta. So we should be aham Krishna bhakta. So I am the devotee of Krishna. That we can say aham Krishna bhakta. So that is the only thing what we want to say. Nothing else. So ourselves being a devotee of Krishna, aham Krishna bhakta, then we will be freed from all miseries of material existence. We'll be freed from ahankara. So ahankara is thinking that I am the doer. In reality, when we are not the doer. So ahankara vimudatma kartaham iti manyate. So that way, we need to understand that we are only devotees of Krishna. That's the only highest qualification we can achieve. So that is possible only with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. Nakshatranam aham sasi. Sasi is moon. And Krishna is saying that here nakshatra. Nakshatra means stars. So suddenly a person can ask a scientific question. So how can nakshatra, how can the moon is a star? So moon is not a star, we know that. Moon is getting the light from the sun and giving to the earth. So then how can we say nakshatra? It's only a matter of definition, that's what. So in our scientific world, we define the stars as something they are self-illuminating. Like all the stars in the sky. So, and we call something that gets the light from the sun and give it to the earth. So that is as the moon. But in Krishna's dictionary, so during the night time, anything gives light to the earth is nakshatra. That's what it is called nakshatra. So in that, in the night. So in the night, who rules? Moon is ruling. So moon is very important for the life in this earth. It's not only sun, but moon is also very, very important actually. So that way, Krishna is saying that of all the nakshatras, I am Sasi. Of all the stars, I am moon. So there is no need to be confused that why Krishna is saying that moon is a star, all such things. So that is stupid question actually. Because it's all the way how you define it. That's what. So that way by Krishna's causeless mercy, we have successfully studied the sloka number 21 in the 10th chapter. And we have much more to cover. So this chapter has got 42 slokas. So we have 21 more slokas. And Krishna is going to explain even more details, more about his vibhuti, opulences. We are going to study and understand. Hare Krishna. I will stop now and we'll discuss if any questions are there. Hare Krishna.